Yes, thank you, Britta. We want to get back to that breaking news right now out of Northwest Houston, where there are reports of an explosion.
Yeah, Houston police have shut down parts of Gessner for this. Sally Mamdou is on the scene. Sally, concern from residents. There's a lot of questions we have. What do you know so far?
Well, right now we're on Rock Crest Road, and every neighbor is out here walking, checking, and assessing their homes. As you can see, some of those windows are broken and shattered. Some of the doors here are busted. The garage doors are busted, and this is all from the impact of that building explosion that we've been reporting on. One of the people that lives inside this home here is joining me right now, Mark Brady. Talk to me about what happened.
Okay, so about 4:20 in the morning, a loud explosion. It knocked us all out of our bed. It was so strong. Busted out every single window in our house. Busted everybody's garage doors in around here. Busted all of our paintings, glass everywhere. And closer towards the explosion over here, it busted people's roofs in and walls in, and we don't know what it is. It was so loud. I have never experienced anything like this, but it is, I still don't even know what's going on.
Have you been injured? Are any of your neighbors injured?
I went around and checked to see if anybody was injured. Everyone's just pretty shaken up. There may be some injured people, but as far as I know, everyone's just shaken up. But everyone's house here is damaged. They're ruined.
And you live on Rock Crest
Road and Stanford Court, and that's in between Shadowdale and Stanford Court.
Again, so many people are out checking, assessing the damage
Everybody
here.
came running out to see what happened, and everyone's still in shock. And I just don't know what's going on, and it's just really freaky. It's a mess over here. It is a war zone over here.
When the Houston Fire Department personnel were walking around, did they tell you anything as to stay inside?
Nobody's told us anything. Nobody has told us to stay inside. Everybody's still outside and checking on each other, and I don't know. I'm still pretty shaken up too. So this is a disaster. This is a big disaster. I really don't know what happened.
And this is Stanford Court
this
right
is
now.
Stanford
This is where the explosion, from what you know.
The explosion happened across the bayou over there to the left.
And how do you know that information?
Because you can see the fire and the plumes of smoke over there. And I walked down there to see what was going on. But yeah, it's pretty wicked down there. And the further we get down here, the worse the houses are. The more
Did you see those houses when you walked over there?
I saw.
What did you see?
Houses. I seen that the walls, people's walls, from their homes, busted fences down, busted everybody's windows out, busted everybody's garage doors open. Everybody's windows here are totally demolished. There's another house down here. It busted out their ceiling and their wall. And anyways, the closer we get to the explosion site is the houses are a lot more damaged. Yeah.
Mark Brady, thank you so much, and I'm glad you are okay and not injured in this incident. Thank you so much for all of your contributions this morning.
I hope everyone else here is okay too, and I don't know what we're going to do. So, Houston, we could use your prayers right now.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it.
And go all the way down.
And again, on the way to the scene, we talked to a deputy who told us that there are some injuries. We don't know the number of injuries out here. We don't know the extent of those injuries, but there are some injuries on this road. This is Stanford Court Road, happened near where the explosion took place. And again, we are told that there are several injuries, but as you can see, the impact of this explosion is pretty extensive. Windows shattered, busted garage doors, just people outside just wondering what's going on. We don't have information yet on what caused that explosion, but as soon as we find out more information, we'll make sure to bring it to you live. For now, we're in West Houston. Sally Mamdou, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Guys, we're getting our first look inside one of the homes that's about a quarter of a mile away from where this explosion happened this morning. I want to talk to Chris. Chris, you were the homeowner here.
Yes,
it's good to see you again. Walk me through what happened this morning.
Well, 4 or something, I was sitting here drinking my coffee, getting ready to go work. Then it was like an explosion. Everything started glass shattering and coming in, and all over the house, things falling off the wall.
What's going through your head when that's happening?
I thought a plane crashed on top of the house or something. Didn't know, but it's bad. It's bad.
And the damage, I mean, we're looking around here, and I'm just seeing glass everywhere.
All over, yes, sir. I mean, when you bend, sliding glass doors like that, that's pretty powerful.
And it looks like a lot of things fell off the wall too. Maybe some foundational damage as well.
That's what I'm thinking, because some of the walls are not where the floor is anymore. Like in the bathroom and upstairs, the ceilings are falling in, and what do you call them? The fans. And in here, there's cracks on the wall.
I mean, it's just looking around. It looks like it's through your whole house.
Yes, it is. It is. Every room in the house. It even blew off the top of my toilet.
That's upstairs?
Yep.
Do you mind if we go upstairs and take a look?
No.
Okay, we'll let you lead the way. Yeah. I mean, guys, going through here, it is incredible. You see the pictures, but like Chris was saying, just glass everywhere. Show us what we're looking at up here.
This is one of our upstairs bedrooms, the ceiling, how it's just starting to cave in.
And you can see it cracked in several places there.
Yep.
That one over there is even worse.
Yep. And then in this room, it's cracking. And
the fan looks like it's about to come off.
I know, which probably isn't safe. In the closet, everything's cracked.
It's your whole house.
It is. It's the whole house. I really don't know.
Have you gotten any kind of alerts from any authorities on
No, sir.
what's going on,
No.
evacuations, anything?
No. I think everything's tied up, trying to block down there. But
Yeah, it looks like it's still kind of an ongoing situation where this is happening. And you were telling me, I mean, not that this takes away from the damage, but thank goodness you do have insurance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do. Thank God. And I feel sorry for somebody who doesn't.
But you were saying, I mean, this is going to be a huge undertaking to have to clean up this house.
Yeah.
And you were telling me about the anniversary coming up too.
Yeah, our 50th anniversary is in March, and it looks like our president might be rebuilding this house. So, I don't know.
What's next for you guys? I mean, I know you're still kind of in shock and just trying to process this, but oh my gosh, yeah, this is another.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't just like a little crack. This looks like the ceiling's about to fall
Right.
down.
I mean, it's not just like a little crack anymore. It's just everything's falling in. You don't know if stuff in the attic's going to fall through, or I have no idea.
Just kind of taking it one step at a time, I guess,
sir.
at this point.
Yes, sir.
Well, again, we appreciate you letting us talk to you, number one. Number two, come through your house and see all the damage. I know it's been a really hard morning for you.
Yes, sir.
So,
It has.
Chris, thank you again for
Thank
your
you.
time. I
Thank
really
you, sir.
appreciate it. All right. We'll send it back to you guys.
It is incredible to see the video from inside Chris's house, seeing.
Good morning. It is 4:45 on your Friday. We're continuing to monitor breaking news out of West Houston, portions of Northwest Houston. A large explosion felt across our area at about 4:27 this morning. Still working to get confirmation as to the source of that blast. We were looking around at some freeway cameras and we saw some emergency vehicles driving along 290. And in the distance of our tower camera shot here, you could see what appears to be smoke in the distance. And this is looking from our studios in Uptown, the Galleria area, into northwestern Houston. So we're looking towards the west to see what the source of this blast was. We've been talking about this on our Facebook page this morning as well, and we've already had 500 comments come in. People from across, even from Humble over to Katy, into West University, everyone reporting having felt this large boom. So if you felt it, your windows rattled, no, you're not alone. We are still working to get some answers for you. No confirmation of any kind of shelter in place at this time. No word on injuries or, of course, any deaths at this time. We're still working to get the very preliminary information nailed down as to the source of this blast. We are following it for you, and of course, we'll bring you the latest updates right here on H-Town Rush and on the KHO 11 News mobile app. Turn on those alerts, and we'll send those alerts out as we get them.
Get back to our breaking news. Sally Mamdouh has new information. I know she's live with us out there.
Still on.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sally. Sorry.
We're out here at Stanford Court and Valleywood Drive, where some of the homes were impacted. Actually, all of the homes on this road are impacted by this building explosion just a few miles away from here. But again, we've just been talking to people that live out on this road, and we told you about some of those injuries. And joining me right now is Linda. And Linda, you were just cooking, and all of a sudden the explosion happened. And then what happened next? Show us.
I don't know. I cooked and I boom, and my head.
It hit your head?
And
Next thing you know, you got all these injuries.
I don't know, yeah.
Also, the update here on this road, Linda, as well as other people on this road actually are told to now leave this road. It's not an evacuation. They're just told to leave this area and kind of walk towards this way and just kind of congregate around this area, because now firefighters are trying to get into these homes, assess the damage here, and make sure that if it's not okay to walk in, then they have those rules and just kind of a paperwork placed on top of the door, or on top of the or on the door actually, to just prevent people from walking back in there. So they're assessing some of the damages here now and telling people to leave this area. This is not an evacuation. Again, it's just telling people to leave this area while they assess the damage and make sure that if something is not safe, then they close it up and people aren't allowed back inside. But again, every home on this block is damaged. You walk into every home, from what you can see or from our cameras can see, the roofs are caved in, the windows are shattered, the garage doors are busted in. Luckily here, the cars seem to be actually good. We didn't see any cars that were impacted, but maybe one car that was inside. All the cars that were inside the garages at the time were impacted, but the ones outside weren't really. But as you can see, firefighters are walking into these homes, want people to leave the street for now until they assess all the damage and make sure that if something is dangerous, for people not to be stepping inside and really going anywhere near it, because it becomes a safety hazard. Back to you guys.
So they believe then some of these homes may be structurally unsafe to go back in. I mean, that would indicate the strength of this explosion.
True.
But they're not worried about further
right.
explosions, though.
It doesn't seem like it, because a fire official came up to me and asked me to actually also move because they called it a hot zone. It doesn't, and I said, are we evacuating? He said, we're not evacuating. We're just moving people out of the way so we can begin our investigation into these homes that are, as you said, and structurally damaged right now. Some of these homes you can't really get inside because of the roofs are all caved in. But again, this is early on. They're still assessing. Maybe some of the homes here are saved. I mean, this home, the upstairs part looks damaged, but the garages are fine. The door is not busted. So they're just assessing the damage. But again, no evacuations ordered. I don't smell anything in the air. I haven't been told by any of the fire officials that there have been any evacuations. We're just, again, moving away from this road, which is Stanford Court.
Thank you. We are seeing so many tweets and Facebook posts about this explosion. This video just came in from Joey, who tweeted, you saw that explosion in Northwest Houston. A lot of folks had their home surveillance, their Ring cameras running as that happened. And we're seeing so many responses from folks as far away as Katy, Bel Air, Chimney Rock, and Braeswood reporting that they felt it. We even had one gal who says her husband she and her husband both jumped. She says the cats freaked out. They checked the radar to make sure it wasn't thunder, because you heard from our assistant news director, Chris Hanau, who said it felt like a tremendous blast, like lightning hit right out your front door. He lives in an apartment complex nearby, just off Gessner and Clay, so not far from where that explosion happened. And Doug, I'm hearing you have some new information.
All right, everyone. So that right there is security camera footage. You hear the natural sound there from the surveillance camera. That is the explosion that a lot of us woke up to this morning, right about 4:30, a little before 4:30 this morning. Again, surveillance camera, home surveillance camera from Joe Allen, who, I'm trying to figure out where exactly his home is, but a lot of us heard that explosion. And this is, people in Humble, Katy, Spring Branch, West Park, all of these different parts of West Houston, Northwest Houston that heard the same sort of explosion early this morning. Now, we did see that Houston police, they're there. They said an explosion happened near the 4500 block of Gessner. They said a building. They didn't specify, what exactly happened or what building exploded, or if there's any threat to the public at this point, whether or not there was anyone in that building or whether or not there were any injuries. But a lot of us did hear that loud boom, that blast, and we're still trying to figure out exactly what that is. We do have a reporter on the scene, Janelle Fort. She's trying to get more information, but she was just asked to move. We're going to go to her in just a little bit, but for now, let's go back over to Doug Deloney. Doug, what do you know so far? Yeah, we're looking at the live tower cam video from the top of our building here in the gallery area. And in the horizon, you can see this white, what looks like a cloud. This is actually what we believe to be a plume of smoke from this explosion that was heard and felt across Houston at about 4:27 this morning, perhaps 4:28. We were about to go on the air here, and this is when we heard it. And so many of you have written in on our Facebook page saying you heard and felt the blast as well. Patrick on our Facebook page just wrote in saying he felt it all the way down in LaPorte. That's on the complete other side of Houston. From 4500 Gessner, which is where Houston police tweeted earlier saying that there was reports of a building explosion. And certainly we've seen some witness video now going around Twitter, including a doorbell video that was sent directly to our Twitter account where you can not only just hear the blast like we were showing just now, but you can actually see a large plume of flames and smoke rise up from what's believed to be an industrial facility. So this is not a building where perhaps people were living or in a residential area, we hope. But you know how Houston is. You can have one block where it's houses and residential area, and then you go another block and it's industrial and commercial facilities. So certainly people that live in this direct area are going to be impacted by this, although we have not yet at this time. And I'm going to load up Houston Police's Twitter account too, because they're giving us some updates there. And I understand we have our assistant news director actually on the phone, who, like so many of us in the area and across West Houston and Northwest Houston, we woke up to this blast. We heard the windows rattle. We heard the walls rattle. Chris, what can you tell us? What did you hear this morning?
Hey, good morning, y'all. Almost everybody around us woke up around 4:30. To just what seemed.
We are continuing to follow breaking news in Northwest Houston. A large explosion near the 4500 block of Gessner. That is where this explosion happened, in an industrial area, not a residential area, but really people from miles and miles away felt this explosion this Friday morning.
We felt it about 10 miles away in the Galleria. Tiffany Craig, one of our reporters who lives up in Humble, 36 miles away, says she felt it. And our Facebook feed, our Twitter feed is filling up with folks who are commenting. You really heard it dozens and dozens of miles away. Folks waking up thinking maybe there was a car crash outside of their house. Maybe a lightning bolt hit outside. But no, it was this building explosion. Chief Acevedo is now referring to it as a plant, but we don't have information about which specific building or plant is impacted by this explosion.
Now, we do have Ring surveillance camera home video of the explosion. We want to get out live to one of our reporters, Adam Bennett. He is about a quarter mile away from where this explosion actually happened. He's speaking to a couple who felt their home shake. Adam, what are they saying this morning?
Yeah, Adam, you got an inside tour of the damage in their home.
He's calling.
Yeah, so guys, we've had to step outside because we're not able to get a good live signal from inside the home. But if you were here just a few minutes ago, you saw it. This is Chris, the homeowner. And Chris, tell me what you just told me about what it looks like inside for those who didn't see it.
It looks like a bomb going off. The sliding glass door just shattered and went through the whole house. The windows shattered. Even the garage door out here shattered, and the deadbolt garage door just blew completely off the frame. It was bad.
I mean, we were inside and there is broken glass everywhere.
Everywhere,
Things
yes.
fell from the wall.
Yep. It's like a bomb went off.
Beyond the windows and the garage door, what else got damaged inside?
It's like the foundation might be damaged because all the walls and the ceilings are caving in and the ceiling fans are falling out. I mean, it's bad.
Do you mind if we walk over here and you show us the garage real quick?
No.
Okay.
No
I'll follow you.
See how it just blew the railing off the walls.
Yeah, you can see it. It's completely off. And this was about 4:30 this morning. This happened. And, there's more over here too.
Yep.
The windows cracked open. It popped open upstairs.
Yeah. But it's bad.
And you were telling me you do have insurance,
Right,
but I mean,
thank God.
cleaning this up.
I have no idea.
Have you gotten any kind of a shelter-in-place evacuation order or
No,
anything
sir.
like that?
No, sir. Nowadays, you're almost afraid to leave your home anyways.
And who all is here at home with you? Who lives here?
Me and my wife. And we're getting ready to celebrate our 50th anniversary, so I don't know now. I don't know. It really almost looks like we're going to have to rebuild the whole home.
I'm so sorry you're having to deal with this.
Thank you.
And thank you for talking with us. And best of luck. And I hope everything's okay. I'll
right,
check
thank
back in a little bit.